You are right on time for Hope TV Newswatch on this 9th day of June 2023. A very good evening to you and welcome to the broadcast. My name is Gloria Musimbi and on the sign language interpretation tonight is Elizabeth Wanjiku. You can interact with us on our Twitter handles at HopeTV_KE. The hashtag is Friday Frenzy. Making headlines, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has said that the government is set to introduce long-term reforms in the coffee sector. While presiding over a national coffee summit, Gachagua said that the government intends to deal firmly with the multiple brokers and middlemen in the coffee production chain so as to improve the situation of the farmers. The two-day summit in Meru brings together government officials, lawmakers and governors from the coffee growing zones, experts, marketers and roasters in the chain, among others. Some of the challenges bedeviling the sector have been attributed to legal and policy gaps.
We want even to engage more so that we are able now, out of the solutions that are made from this conference here in Meru, we will be able to pick out what is required of each part of government, whether it's the national or the county government, to be able to bring back our farmers to the farms, what we can be able to do to ensure there is high yield, there is quality of the coffee that we require, that will be able to fetch us good markets.
We must make a decision how to take advantage of the economies of scale by pulling coffee together into huge organizations to bring down operational cost. And I want to say, after these societies were subdivided into uneconomical units, everybody wants to be a leader. And the marketers have corrupted our cooperative societies and their officials. We want this conference to consider that we shouldn't allow any marketer to go and commit coffee beyond a season. Because those are the people who have installed puppets in every cooperative society for the benefit of the marketer.
Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki has revealed government plans to establish 5 cross-community schools in a peace initiative through education. The 5 schools will offer compulsory education to pupils from Elgeyo Marakwet, Baringo and West Pokot counties. As Tess Njenga now reports, the move is aimed at fostering peaceful and harmonious coexistence among the children in different communities as they learn together.
As efforts to bring about peace in Elgeyo Marakwet, Baringo and West Pokot counties intensify, the government has announced plans to establish cross-community schools in an Education for Peace initiative. The 5 schools, which include Dira, Todo, Tuwit, Lomuke and Chepchoren, will offer mandatory education to children in the region. This is expected to enhance security in the region.
Kwa hivyo tutajenga shule 5 hapa katika hii bonde la Kerio, na tumekubaliana hizo shule watoto kutoka jamii zote watakuwa pale, walimu watatoka jamii zote, na zitakuwa shule za kulala. Sijui kama tunaelewana. Hiyo ndio njia moja ya kudumisha amani.
The cross-community schools are also aimed at limiting the recruitment of children into banditry. The Cabinet Secretary also announced plans to establish irrigation projects along Kerio River so as to unite the residents.
Serikali itaweka pesa ya kurudisha miradi ambayo ilikuwa imekwama ya unyunyiziaji mashamba, na tutaanzisha miradi mingi ya irrigation katika hii Kerio Valley ili tuwe na wakulima wa jamii ya Pokot, wakulima wa jamii ya Marakwet, walime mali yao, tuwatafutie soko, tuwajengee mafactories, watengeneze pesa, tukue wastaarabu.
The Interior CS also met with elected community and religious leaders for consultation on security, peace building and development.
The policy of William Ruto's administration is that we must have the same standards for security. The standard of security in Mombasa should be the same standard in Busia, in Baringo, in West Pokot, in Turkana, in Kajiado, in Meru, in Nyeri, and in every part of Kenya.
Political, religious and community leaders from Elgeyo Marakwet, Baringo and West Pokot counties are partnering with national security agencies to silence the guns, encourage peaceful coexistence among communities and create a conducive environment to develop the region. Reporting for Hope TV Newswatch, I'm Tess Njenga.
Former presidential aspirant Jimmy Wanjigi has called for implementation of the 2010 Constitution. Wanjigi says that the current constitution has not been fully tapped into, despite having important clauses intended to benefit the country. Grace Ahati with the details.
Businessman Jimmy Wanjigi, who was also the Safina Party presidential aspirant in the 2022 general election, has expressed disappointment in the implementation of the 2010 Constitution of Kenya. Speaking during the book launch of renowned gospel musician Reuben Kigame at Sitam Valley Road in Nairobi, Wanjigi noted that people's rights which are provided for in the Constitution have continued to be violated.
We have a great Constitution, but its implementers have been the greatest disappointment you can imagine, especially since you left Bwana CJ. We have seen disappointment after disappointment. And the rights that I know, you and I know each other for many years, the rights that you have championed over the years in civil society are being squashed every day.
The launch of Kigame's book titled Essays in African Christianity and Theology was also attended by various notable personalities, including former Chief Justice Professor Willy Mutunga and former Makueni Governor Kivutha Kibwana, among others. Referring to the Constitution, Mutunga noted that as much as it provides for a democratic and secular society, it also brings in values of religious tolerance that respect everyone's religious beliefs.
After the flood are not sufficient to suggest otherwise.
Commenting on the book, Kibwana noted that it will become part of the books on Christianity and African theology that will get people to think deeply about Christianity and on it.
But the Constitution, the constitutional vision is one of creating a society that is democratic, secular, state and society. Okay? And I don't know any other constitution in the world that brings in values of religious tolerance, respecting everybody's faith.
I think this is a very important book. I think it is going to be part of the body of books on African Christianity and theology. In actually the levels of what BT, Cato, what, all those luminaries wrote to get us to think deeply and to get us to own Christianity.
On his part, Kigame, a renowned gospel artist and former presidential aspirant, narrated the journey and inspiration behind the book, Essays in African Christianity and Theology, which also has copies in Braille format.
But for this book, I am extremely excited because you get to hear from what is deep inside me. What is deep inside me is not music. What is deep inside me is not even political engagement and involvement. What is deep seated inside me is the quest for truth. And declaring that truth as sincerely as a human being can declare it.
Reporting for Hope TV Newswatch, I'm Grace Ahati.
Embu County residents have raised alarm on the high levels of insecurity, including the deaths of several boda boda riders in the recent weeks. Businesses came to a standstill in the county as riders protested the increase of thug activities and negligence on the part of Embu Level 5 Hospital, where a rider died this week due to delay in receiving treatment. Our very own Joy Muchache has the report.
The irate boda riders in Embu County staged protests over an upsurge in insecurity incidences, causing an abrupt halt to businesses in the city. The riders protested while accompanying the hearse carrying the body of a boda rider who passed away from the numerous wounds he sustained when he was attacked by thugs. The riders stated they had recently lost a lot of riders within a short span of time. Before his death, the riders reported to have transported an unidentified passenger in the early hours of this week. Martin Mushira, the chairman of the Boda Association of Safety in Embu County, accuses the police of neglecting to provide nighttime patrols and claims that thugs have used this as an opportunity to terrorize innocent residents.
Leo tunaenda mazishi ya Mulemi na nasema leo tuendi hii mazishi tukiwa na furaha. Mulemi alikuwa ni kijana mdogo, ako na bibi, ako na mtoto mdogo. Hao watu wameacha familia zao na kilio.
Muchira further accused Embu Level 5 Hospital's management of negligence when a boda rider was taken to the facility for treatment, claiming the admission process took too long, resulting in the rider's death due to massive blood loss.
Ambapo mimi nitaambia gavana wetu, sasa hii hospitali iko hapa ni kama kuna watu wanafanya biashara. Unafanya kazi usiku na mchana, hospitali yetu ikuwe mzuri, lakini kuna watu wanataka kuangusha. Kwa hivyo huyo daktari alikuwa in charge na kesi ya Mulemi, tunaomba aweze akafutwa. Na wewe kama unajua wewe kazi yako ni kungojea watu wa pikipiki ndio wanyang'anya pikipiki, tunasema tunaenda tunakuja. Kama unajulikana na kesi ya insecurity, tutakukujia.
A fellow rider known as Kaka begged Embu Governor Cicely Mbarire to punish the medics who were on duty that day with harsh measures.
Kwa hivyo mimi nataka kuuliza the intelligence. Kunawezekanaje Shakahola watu wanauliwa intelligence hawajui? Hapa tunauliwa kila wakati intelligence hawajui. Kazi ya intelligence mimi nashindwa ni gani? Tuna huzuni sana kwa sababu kila wakati kila uchao tunatupa vijana wetu. Kwa hivyo naomba wale watu wasilale kazi yao. Alafu tena ile hospitali ya general structure ziko, dawa ziko, lakini human resource ndio hatuna.
Ibrahim Swale, a county assembly member from the Kirirumari ward, announced that he would sue the hospital's management for negligence because the county assembly had provided enough funding for the facility despite it failing the community.
Vijana wa bodaboda wanamzika mwenzetu ambaye alipata ajali kupitia kuvamiwa na waizi, lakini shida kubwa pamoja na kuwa kuna insecurity ni hospitali yetu. Mimi nataka niseme wazi kwamba county government, sisi kama wabunge wa county kupitia ofisi ya governor tumetengeneza hii hospitali. Madaktari wako na madawa. Madaktari wako na mishahara, sio kama ile serikali nyingine. Madaktari tumewapea nafasi ya kufanya kazi bila interference. Tumewapea budget ya kutosha ya kufanya kazi. Lakini inaonekana bado wako katika ile serikali ya zamani kiakili. Tunataka kuambia madaktari wakiongozwa na Mugendi, the CEO wa level 5, kwamba tutawatoa kwa hizo hospitali.
Joy Mochache reporting for Hope TV.
Chief Registrar of Judiciary Ann Amadi is off the hook after the High Court ruled to unfreeze her bank accounts. Justice Alfred Mabea ruled that there is no evidence to show that Amadi benefited from the millions, as claimed by a Dubai-based trader who claims to have lost 100 million shillings in a gold scam. However, the judge dismissed the prayer by Amadi to strike out the case against her and two others, Brian Ochieng and another lawyer. The judge said Amadi will remain a defendant in the case since Demetrius Bradshaw rightly sued her to show that the law firm is registered in her name. And that story takes us to our first news break. Stay tuned for more news updates.
Because women talk more and they are not very strong physically, when they want to hurt their husbands or their children or anybody, they use the tongue.
Families under God.
How can we continue to live carelessly in ease?
Join Reverend Dr. Judy Mbugua as she imparts families through prayer, evangelism, and social transformation with the Word of God.
You know, God is not asking you to manage. He's asking you to be available.
Amen.
And He will make you able and capable.
Families under God, only on Hope TV.
Kama vile mashua baharini, mizani imekwisha wasili. Mara hii kila Alhamisi.
Msalata kabisa, mpenzi mtazamaji, mpenzi msikilizaji wa Mizani.
Tungependa Wakenya waende kwenye nchi ambazo tuko na mikataba nao.
Kulikuwa na Raila Odinga, kukawa na Wajakoya pia. Mbona hongeunga mkono?
Tupima uzani wa masuala ibuka na chipukayo toka kila pembe ya Kenya na ukanda huu wa Afrika. Yawe mambo au vijimambo, jiongea na kutaarifu na kuarifu zako fikra. Kila Alhamisi saa 1 machweo kwenye runinga ya Hope TV.
Mitamu.
Tukutane Mizani.
Welcome back to the bulletin. In efforts to mitigate climate change, Kwale County Commissioner Michael Mwangi has directed chiefs to ensure they set up tree nurseries to accelerate the government tree restoration program that targets to plant 30 billion trees by 2032. Three degraded sites were identified by the local communities. Mwangi says 1,900 trees will be planted at the highly degraded Bahati landing site in Mwazaro village, Shimoni and Kichaka Mkwanjuki primary schools, which each have 50 baobab trees. KPA Manager Supplies Chain Management Ngure Gashanga said the authority has plans to adopt otherly highly degraded sites by planting more mangrove trees at Wanga landing sites in Anziwani village, Changai and Kiwambale landing sites respectively.
Government has committed itself 30 million trees must be planted. Every chief and assistant chief. Hii imekuwa ni amri ya kwamba lazima tutaanza tree nurseries kwa maofisi zetu. Ndio kiwango ya kwamba utapanda miti katika compounds na public utilities zote. Tuhakikishe tumepanda miti kwa wingi, tuhakikishe ya kwamba tumeungana na deputy governor na governor, tuone ya kwamba mazingira yetu imeboreka.
Under the ongoing contract of the construction of the Shimoni fish port, today the authority is planting 2,000 trees here at the Shimoni degraded sites, and is as per the requirements under the environment for both the community and staff.
Electric Mobility Solutions, EMOS, a manufacturer and distributor of electric vehicles, has launched 8 vehicles that will be field tested in real-life conditions over a period of 3 months and will be used by selected tuk-tuk operators to transport fare-paying passengers all over Mombasa. Speaking during the launch, the head of business automotive at the company, Pavan Naira, he said that the tuk-tuk requires low maintenance cost, produces no noise, is vibration-free, and above all has low carbon emissions compared to the internal combustion engine ICE three-wheelers. Moreover, they plan to have about 400 vehicles in the market and also launch electric motorcycles by the end of the year.
So this EMOS is electric mobility solution. So our roadmap is empowering the nation in terms of getting into the green mobility space, and this is where we have taken the first step of piloting the tuk-tuks into this segment. We have about 8 units in the with electric vehicles. The beauty of this is low maintenance, silent, vibration free, and above all no carbon emissions. And the empowerment means empowering the driver to earn more compared to the ICE engines. The ICE engine has got maintenance, the fuel cost is going up every day, and if you consider that, the driver, end of the day, he takes home comfortably 25 to 35% more than the ICE engine. We also coming out with battery as service solutions in terms of swappable batteries. That would make that will keep on adding the range, and you change the battery as you keep on using it, and we'll ensure the network is covered in terms of battery as a service solution.
Simultaneously, we will be working out in the long term on local assembling. Not that only we are going to work out with importing the vehicles, it will be locally assembled, so it will increase the employment opportunities to quite a number of our Kenyan members, and that will have out a positive side also.
Because women talk more and they are not very strong physically, when they want to hurt their husbands or their children or anybody, they use the tongue.
Families under God.
How can we continue to live carelessly in ease?
Join Reverend Dr. Judy Mbugua as she imparts families through prayer, evangelism, and social transformation with the Word of God.
You know, God is not asking you to manage. He's asking you to be available. Amen. And He will make you able and capable.
Families under God, only on Hope TV.
The Asian community in Kenya has been nationally recognized as the 44th tribe of the people of this great nation.
For me, God is real in Christianity. I talk to Him, He talks to me. I fail, He forgives me.
When I first read the first book of Genesis, it gave me an orderly sense of accounts of creation. Day 1 is what He does. Day 2, He creates this. Day 3.
Every third Thursday of the month, we bring you Asia Testify,
where we will be listening to life-transforming stories of Asian believers who have walked with the Lord. Only here on Hope TV. Look and live.
Harambee Stars head coach Engin Frat has advised local players and clubs to fix their mentality if the clubs and national team aim for greater success. Speaking during the Harambee Stars Open Media Session at M-Pesa Foundation Academy, Frat also added that the team will miss 5 key players who took part in their last trip to Tehran. The four-nation tournament will run from June 11th to 18th this year and will feature host Mauritius, Djibouti and Pakistan. The squad will leave the country tomorrow ahead of the four-nation tournament that will be played in Mauritius starting Sunday.
Players to have more vision, not to be happy with little things. If Younger can go to the final, we have also to go. It's very simple. And this is what I'm talking with the players, to open their mind. It's not only about what they do with their feet, it's also about the mentality of our players, where we have to work on. We are very close. Our world is still Tanzania, Uganda, that's all, East regions. And we have to learn to put our name more out, to be more known, not only Olunga, we have to have more players all around who can represent the country. And this is one of the steps we want to do also.
Elsewhere, Kakamega Sports Club is set to play host to the 2023 NCBA Golf Series this Saturday. The 5th edition of the series will witness the participation of at least 150 golfers from Kakamega and neighboring clubs, including Nyanza Golf Club. The series returns to Kakamega this year as a qualifier. The winners of the overall gross men's category, women's category and juniors category will earn their place to compete in the grand finale. So far, the series has enjoyed successful tournaments at the Railway Golf Club, Limuru Country Club, and Windsor Golf Hotel and Country Club and Thika Sports Club.
To congratulate everyone who participated in today's golf event, as well as those who won, and of course those who lost. The action on the golf course today was quite competitive, and we are glad to see the golfing standards go a notch higher with each and every leg of this series. We are proud to partner with a group of people who have been so dedicated to achieving excellence in their lives and in their businesses. A hand clap for that. We value our customers' trust, and thus this golf series gives us an opportunity to showcase our commitment to providing them with solutions that will help them achieve their goals.
On international sports news, Manchester City will finally look to get their hands on the Champions League trophy and complete the treble when they meet Inter Milan in the final tomorrow in Istanbul. Man City has dominated English football since Pep Guardiola took charge, but have never managed to win Europe's greatest prize. Inter Milan and manager Simone Inzaghi, however, cannot be underestimated. The Italian has won all 7 of his cup finals with Lazio and Inter, and most of them saw his side go into the game as underdogs. And with that, we come to the tail end of our news tonight. Many thanks to you for watching Hope TV Newswatch. On behalf of the whole team that made this bulletin a success, have yourselves a blessed night. My name is Gloria Musimbi, and on the sign language interpretation tonight has been Elizabeth Wanjiku. Coming up next is Friday Frenzy. Stay tuned.